Hey everyone, welcome back. Now episode 3 on the hobbyboss 1/700th scale USS Iwo Jima. Got a lot done. Finished up stuff on the flight deck. Started painting, and I found out what it's called, the island. And I know in the videos I keep going, I don't know what it's called, a conning tower. I knew it wasn't a sail because sails are on subs, but I couldn't figure out, and I was like, oh. Finally looked it up again. Oh yeah, it's an island. So a lot of good work done on the island. Got a lot of painting. Started getting things put together. A lot of work on the island this round as I was finishing up doing the repairs on the flight deck. So please enjoy. And getting closer. Starting to get all the parts put together. Still a lot of painting, but it's being fun. So if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. Click on the little bell and you'll know every time I upload. If I am doing something in my video, this video, or any of the videos that I have done, that I have not gone well enough into explanation for it, or if you have a question about something on your build, or you have a question, hey, can this work or that work, or hey, please put it in the comment section or email me at bucktmoore@gmail.com and I will get back with you. Also, I like the comment section. I like, hey Buck, good job. Hey Buck. And then this one. We all know what that means. So please put it in the comment section and I respond within 12 to 24 hours. So with that, let's get to the USS Iwo Jima. Alright, well the sanding's done. Primer looks good. Not much really to fix, so I'm happy with that. But also right now what I'm going to start doing is what I call pre-shading. And basically all I'm doing is trying to highlight some of the depth, as you can see, and make it a little bit more pronounced. And the great thing with pre-shading is you're not gonna, if you make a big spot or small, you don't have to worry because your other paint's gonna help close that up. All this is doing is giving it some more zest. As you can see, hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I turn that down just a bit more. There we go. And as you can see, I'm just trying to do the depth of, and just give that a little bit more, how would I say, depth. And basically that's all I'm doing is just adding a bit more depth in. So when I do go to get when I go to put on the primary paint, the primary coat, then I'll be able to create a bit more shadowing. But just kind of like that, guys. Nothing real crazy, but then when it comes time, I'm definitely gonna help show you when I go put on the primary color. So, and then the other thing I'm doing right now is I'm just adding that black stripe, and I'll show you guys here in a second. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty. I just want to make sure it's gonna get where I want it all the way. So basically that's right now, because then I can mask it off and be able to keep that paint after I, protect it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, guys. So I'm gonna get back at it, and when it comes time for primary color, I will turn it back on. Probably before I start primary color, because I got more to do. So I'll be back. All right. Well, I'm marking off the black between the underhull, the underside of the ship, and the rest of the ship. And I have, this is a T.B.I. masking tape, but this is one that I found that it goes around bends, and it helps to get those contour in the bends, and I'll have to show you that some other time. But right now what I'm doing is basically I am getting a big strip or so and just trying to, I wanted to stay in the middle, and sometimes that can be a real pain in the you know what. So let's see. And sometimes I can just drag it all the way out, and then I'll start working it, because up by the bow, it's kind of a, yeah, you know. But I can do this, because I know the distance I need between those. And what I'm going to do is just cut it there. And then, as I start to look at it, I can see the waves a little more, and that's okay because you can fix it. That's the great thing. And that's what this is going to help us do, is get it fixed. Now sometimes when you see something like that, you pull up and want to start over again. The best way I can say to do this is, if you're happy with certain parts, or you know you're getting happy, start tapping it down. And as you get more up here, that's going to be a little bit different because you can see how it bends. But then I'll come to the back here and I will just make sure that I'm happy with that, because you got to do different angles sometimes just to see if I got it straight. Like that. Okay, happy with that. Now I just want to make sure that I followed the bow. And what I mean by that is I'll come back and I'll start trying to get it right down that center. And when I got it, I'm happy. I look at it again, I push down, and then I don't try to trim it right at there. I want it just to sit there, and now it's got a little bit of more to grab onto. Sorry guys, as you can see, it's got more to grab onto. So now that will be safe. And the great thing is I didn't clear coat it. I'm just going like this, so that way if it does come up a little bit, I have this pattern that I can separate both edges from. So from here up, I'm going to go sky gray. I like that gray. It looks as close as I can to this, and I'm trust me, I'm pulling out. I've got more reference photos than, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do there, and then the bottom, I'm going to go Hull Red XF9. And before I do the bottom, I want to go ahead and get this all painted up, because why? Because then I can you know, do a little bit of masking, and that way I can protect it. I can run a big piece just this way and protect it, or I could do the other way. But the problem is, sorry, excuse me, is I want to get this done, because then I'm going to just turn the whole ship over and get underneath in the side like that is what I'm going to do. So I want to get these guys painted up. Then once they get dry, I will definitely give it a clear coat on that point. Mask everything else off below and get that cleared and ready to go. So I can add some masking tape just to keep it safe. And you never know, sometimes it works great that even though you think, oh, I got to clear coat it, a lot of great things with the T.B.I paints is if you get it down really good, really well, then and you got to go mask, a lot of times it won't pull up. But I'm not guaranteeing that. I still clear coat, because trust me, I got to. It has to be done, because if I don't, then something else crazy is going to happen. And yeah. Also, I started the rescue, you know, man overboard rescue items. I know the picture says, oh, it's all this gray, everything's just gray, and everything's just, yeah, no, sorry guys, sorry. What I did is I used T.B.I JN Gray XF12, and I've gotten both sides, so I'm going to clear coat it, and then I'm going to just do a light bit of aging. But this way, with the gray and, you know, that all that gray, this kind of pops a little bit more, so you'll be able to pick it out. So yay! But I gotta let these guys finish drying and go from there. So now I am contemplating what I need to do. I know I still need to finish the flight deck, and then I've got a bunch of the little parts. I'm just starting to get everything painted and everything moving like I started sharing. But yeah, so yay! Alright guys, well I'm going to get back at it, and when I have something really good to show, I'll turn the camera back on. Alright, let's get some paint down. So, brush is already loaded. And with the pre-shading, like I tell in everything when I paint, don't try to do it all in the first go. And as you can see, I stay back just so I don't overdo it. And yes, the loveliness that is the tape. Sorry guys, give me a second. Just trying to get turned around a little bit more so I can actually get onto that and I can turn it. And then I go again on this side. Same thing. And this is where I like having the turn, because I might have to... I like to try to have it more where I can actually see what's going on, but hey, you know it is sometimes. But again, that's why I stay back a little bit more, so I have a little bit more control. And like I said, I'm just dusting it right now. And what that means is I'm doing just enough so I can... better way to say it, dusting is I don't want to put paint down all at once, right? So, and sometimes, yeah, I'll do the circles. And then, like here on these, like right in here, and you saw that. If that happens, you either got your paint is too thin, or what you need to do is sometimes you just have to get in here with your Q-tip. Sorry, get it on camera. Sometimes you get in here with your Q-tip and just get it cleaned out. So, and then like I said, just make sure you get into these guys. And basically that's it, guys. I mean, then I'm going to turn it over and do the other side. I just want to make sure I get a good start on the top. And I'll turn it over. And when I'm doing it that way, it's flat like that, so you're not going to be able to see a whole lot like this sideways. But I will definitely turn the camera on and share with you when I am finished with that. I just wanted to start sharing the painting with you. So yes, there is more paint coming. Alright guys, I'll be back. Good morning. And that did really good. I like how that came out. Look at that. I mean, sorry guys, it's trying to make sure you can see it, but let's try it that way. Okay, and then so yay, very happy with that. So now I'm going to start doing the whole red, but the first thing I need to do is I need to create, I'm going to have to mask the size of the ship a bit so I can get this taken care of, and then also I have to mask up back here so I don't get red on that either. So alright guys, let me get things moved around. I just want to share that real quick, and I'll get started on masking up. Alright guys, starting on the masking, and a lot of times you don't need a whole lot, but other times you do. But the first thing one of the things I'm doing is I'm laying this masking onto the masking, the black I did, and I'm pushing down on that, but not really pushing very hard against the kit itself. And the fun part is just getting up here around the dang bow. And let me see if I can get that in camera for you guys. Okay. And I really want to make sure I get this protected, because I got to go. It's quite a bit. Not a lot, but enough to make me go, oh God, it's got to be red. Why does it have to be red? Because if you guys know red paint, yeah, it kind of becomes a pain sometimes if you don't mask right, because it, you know, if I get in there, I'm going to have to strip everything down and do it again. But I also want to make sure I'm not preventing, when I do this, I want to make sure everything's protected good, because you can overspray. You're not trying to overspray, but you can, even just turning it on sometimes when you know, like if you're trying to do, because I'm going to do it flat. So I'm doing this side, and oops, I was just doing this, and then all of a sudden there's red all the way up towards the flight deck. So I'm just wanting to make sure that it's not going to bleed through. Because even like right here, you see that? I don't want to push too hard down because there is that that structure right there. But now it's good. And that's just kind of what I'm doing, guys. I just keep going, and I will always mask as much as I can and use as much as I need to, because the one time you don't think it's good enough, and it's like, oh my gosh, how'd you get through? So I'm not going to make you guys keep watching me put on mask up the kit. So let me get this finished and let's get some paint down. Okay, I've got it all masked now, and then one thing I keep doing is when I go to start spraying, I want to make sure that I've gotten pretty much everything covered. And if I didn't, then it's just that quick look that I want to make sure. It's just kind of like that right there. So, okay, and I'll do it on the other side too. But basically, it's simple. I mean, just, again, don't go crazy with the coat. And then when you are spraying, be careful, because your airbrush can and will blow the tape a bit. So you got to be careful about that too. And that's kind of it, guys. Just, just making sure everything's there, everything where it needs to be, and always keep checking. Always keep checking, because you never know. Alright guys, well, I'm going to get this taken care of, and then I'll come back and show you when it's finished. Alright, I got all that orange tape off now. I thought I'd share this with you guys. Not bad. I mean, you can see where I got a little bit of touch-up I'm going to have to do. I didn't have it masked off all enough, but hey, it's okay. And do this one. Not too bad. A little touch-up. But yeah, not bad. Just a little touch-up. I'm happy with that. I can live with that. So, yay! And now, to let the Iwo Jima rest. Let the paint get dry, and then I can go in and start doing the little touch-ups. But yeah, very, very, very happy with that. Very good. Oh yeah, and then yes, masking. Yay! Nothing got in, and really nothing bled through. That's what I'm happy with. There was no the overspray that happens, all that. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So yay! And now, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and give this a good clear coat, and then once that's all dry, then I can go back and mask off and tape and airbrush the black again. But that's cool. So yay! Alright guys, I'm gonna get back at it. Alright, got the clear coat on to Iwo Jima, and that's good. And starting a little bit more detail onto the command center. I really don't know cell deck, carry deck, bridge. I've got that now painted with the sky gray. Now I need to go in and start detailing, but that will be coming soon. And so I thought I'd share. I'm going to start playing with Photo-etch now. This is the first time I've actually used hobbyboss Photo-etch, and it's okay. It's good. It's really strong. That's a good thing. But I use a lot of Paragraphics, their Photo-etch, but I am going to help you guys. You need to get one of these. You get this, or you get the you get this one. And I gotta put it back together. I got it all here, but to help fold and do things you need to do. So the first thing I need to do is get those and those. So as you can see here, I already did this one. I haven't got it all the way together yet, but I'm going to start working. I got the PEB7 already out, so I need to work on these two. So I'm going to go for C8, and these guys are pretty good, and you'll be able to find them really easy. And I do try to use my scissors a lot, because it helps get closer, and It just, for me, it seems easy. I mean, the good thing about hobbyboss is if you could see, get a pointer here for you guys, sorry. If you can, alright, focus. Well, it's got, their connection points are a lot smaller, but hey, you know, it's good still. So the first thing I do is, like I said, I take my scissors and I make sure that I'm only cutting the bit off that I want and not doing anything else. Trust me, I have actually thought I was cutting the Photo-etch great, and guess what? I didn't. So again, like I said, I just kind of, I'm just trying not to get that. So okay, the reason I had to cut it there is because of that snip right there, that little bit that's right there. So I'll just do it this way for this one. And sometimes it works on the first go, and then other times it doesn't. So, okay, there we go. And now I'm going to get, okay, good and good. Okay. So, now, since I got it apart, let me see if I can zoom this in a little better so you guys can see. Darn thing won't stay in focus. Come on, focus. Okay. On these, you can see, maybe, I mean, do I have something that can help show that? How about you? Let's go. Okay, maybe a little better. But right here is where I need to fold. And you can see, because the spaces are open and bend, it's only got 3 connection points to bend. So, take your time, breathe, and sometimes you can do it right there, but sometimes the easiest way for me is to drop it on camera, because now I'm doing it, is I have it on here where it needs to bend, and I make sure, and sometimes it's easier to hold the bigger part back. I'm trying to show you guys and not. The problem is, this is light, and I just start slowly bending it. And what I mean by these guys having, their stuff is a little bit stronger. Photo-etch is easy. Paragraphics Photo-etch is very easy to work with. And slowly I start pushing it up, making sure I'm keeping where I need it. And you know, I can also turn it around and have it where I'm bending the bigger part now. I got it started, so now I've turned it around, and I'll hold the flatter part, the line, you know, the backside, and then I'll start using this to help push it down. And I'm trying to get to 90 degrees, so I'll keep taking a look, making sure. Sometimes you have to do it a little bit more. But yeah, okay, close enough. So there is one. And I'll still have to work with it and tweak it a little bit as I go, when I go to start putting it on the parts. So, yay. And now I need B6, and that's B6 right there, that little small bugger. So definitely going to use this. And give me just a second, I want to show you the other tool, but I got to get back together, so give me 2 seconds. 2 minutes. Good morning, and planning today to get most of the island finished. And I started with a little flat white because I thought, okay, yeah, that's what I remember, but yeah, no. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So, on this picture, this is a color. They tell you all the holes, but the only thing they actually give you for the island is gray, D, and it follows all the way up through, which I can understand, but it doesn't separate any of these pieces of equipment. So I was like, okay, well, so then I turned it here and it kind of shows, but sorry guys, but not a whole lot much. And same on this side. So I went to the box trying to see if I can make better sense of it, and let me put the lid on that before I spill it. Move that one there. So when I started looking at these, I could see, okay, yeah, I can see that's a gray, and that's a gray, and then those are the whites. But on the paint guide, it really doesn't show it. So, okay. So don't forget, sometimes you have to, and I've looked at a lot of pictures from the Iwo Jima, sorry, and it's a beautiful ship. So I'm going to take care and get some of these guys back to their right place, right colors. So I'm keeping it pretty darn right by. So what I've done to help create that gray effect is I have mixed a Deco Art Gray Sky, and I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it's great because I mix it up, thin it down, and I use it. I'm still working on the process for the brush, how to use it with my airbrush, still getting there. And then I just mixed in a little German gray, to me a German XF gray, to help darken just a bit more. And so now I'm going to go and start fixing things. And this is pretty good stuff. I do like it. It thins, it brushes really nice. You don't get a lot of that, oh my god, the brushes leaving those lines. So then I just be very careful and slowly work around, as you can see. And that way I can get it all taken care of. And then yes, the fun of, okay, did I get it? Did I not get it? Just go around. And now I'm just going to let that dry a bit. So this is the first one I did. I'm going to definitely have to touch it up, but I want to get a lot of these more dry before I really start going and doing that. So let's see. And I'm just trying to remember. Like I said, I go instructions again and again and again. So here's a good one. I'm just painting the underside. This gray I made. And if I was smart, I should have left it off, and painted it and then put it on. But hey, you know, I thought, oh, I can get it done. So, and like the good thing is, the equipment just in front of this is same color, so I don't have to worry about the bleed off. I'm just trying to make sure I can get in there and get to everything before I forget. And voila, just a little bit more to do there, but voila, there we go. And that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm at that part where a lot of this has to be hand brushed. Because of the size of this kit, I pretty much airbrushed everything I can. Now it's down to the lovely hand tool, the hand brush. So that's what I'm doing. And like I said, I'm touching a lot of these guys up. So, because I had painted it that flat white, so I want to make sure I get that color back. And there we go. So I'm not going to make you guys keep watching me do this, but I'll come back and share when I've got it where it looks good, for the paint wise anyway. But alright guys, so I will be back. Alright, so I'm going to take a break from the island, the command island real quick. And I know I'm probably saying that wrong, so I apologize. But you do remember I said I had to redo this down here because, yeah, I didn't cut the decal good enough, or it takes a little longer to work with it. So, this I got from HDX Modelworks. This is just sheets of just basically lining. See if I can show you real quick. I mean, these are, I used the heck out of this sheet, and I got it when I did my 1/350 refit, and I love it. So I've cut some out, and now I'm going to go. So I definitely know, looking again, that this is going to be white, so I need to protect that. But also, I need to make sure I get the distance right with each one. So I will put that on there. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, these things, I tell you, sometimes you got to just stick your tongue out the right way, close one eye, and, you know, okay, there's that one now. So I'm going to grab another one that I've cut, and I am going to set it right there, and I can use my tweezers to help get that down. Okay, now I'll come and get this one out, and I'll put it back on the sheet for a second so I can make sure that this is all lined up, and then I'm going to press it down. And again, I will go with this, and I will line up. Sometimes a problem with, you know. Alright, so there we go with that one. Now, I'll grab this one, and I will line it up just like I did before. And now I'll get that, and I'll line it up again. Take that one down. Just make sure it's staying in there. I'll grab another one. Do the same thing. And then I'm going to get a new one, because even though you could use, you can, I'm not going to, because after a while these things get less sticky and less sticky. So I'm going to grab another one and just keep doing the same thing until I get done with this. Oops. Should back up a little bit. There we go. And I probably cut out more than I needed to, but it's always a good idea. And alright. Got you all pressed down, maybe? I'll take you out. Maybe. And okay. So this is what I'm going to do for now. And then when I get ready to paint, I'll come back and I will share that with you guys. But I don't think you want to watch me do this, because it shouldn't take too long, but it could take a bit. So, alright guys, well, I'll come back when I'm ready. Not when I'm ready, when I'm ready to start painting. Forgive me. So, I'll be back. Alright, got it loaded. I'm using red RLM 23, and this is 71.003 Vallejo Air. I really do like it, because it's getting hard to find flat red in Tamiya, but I like this red. So basically, again guys, I'm making sure everything is down tight, and again I'm not trying to go any farther than just that right there. Now this is going to take a couple of coats, but that's basically how it is. Everything is now in place. So I'm going to keep spraying, and then when it gets good and when it's dry, I will turn this camera back on and see how it came out. So, alright guys, I shall return. Alright, got most of the masking off, but I thought I'd wait and do this with you guys. And as you can see, some of them do pop up and some of them don't. And yes, there's always going to be touch-up no matter how well you mask off. But that's easy enough to take care of. Get rid of you. Then come over and take care of this one. And okay, now comes the fun part. Now I just got to go and start removing them. Now, because this is not sprayed, I'm being very gentle with my X-Acto knife so I can try not to scratch. They don't like to stick that much on some things. Some of these I have to keep going back and over again to help get it sealed and stay on there until I get the paint on. And then when I get the paint on, these guys do this. It's always a good idea to have your tweezers handy, because these guys sometimes don't like to do what they need to. Okay. And yes, I have new blades, as I was out of blades and I had to get blades. But, okay, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there is definitely some touch-ups I'm going to have to do. But the first thing I'm going to do is paint up any of the flight deck that I need to recover, and then start getting these guys touched up and getting them cleaned so I can get this gloss sprayed and go from there. So, like I said, right now I'm just working on touching things up here and get ready to do more. So, alright guys, well, wanted to share that with you, so I'm going to get back at it and I'll come back when I have more to share. So I got the small aircraft out in the garage getting primed, and I've gotten the decal, and everything onto the flight deck. I still got a few more to do, and then I can give it a good gloss coat, and then I can start weathering the crap out of it. But what I'm starting to work on now is I'm starting to add the decals to the tower. The conning tower, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I promise, guys. I'm sorry. I just did a couple of test ones. I just wanted to see. So now the fun part is I want to try to at least get, not that in the way, I at least want to try to get the, let me see if I can just show you. I'm going to try and right here I'm going to try to get this going, and I want to try to get the sides here done. I want to try to at least get one side done, and I'm telling you what, guys, there's some itty bitty decals, as you can well, here, just let you see. There's those, the reds, the warning is that is those are all individual, but what I am going to do is I'm going to put her name on there and make sure that's her name, but I'm going to put that and get some things done, and then I'm not going to make you guys watch me do all the little decals, because I can probably say some words that shouldn't be said on camera. So now the fun part is just getting it set. So I got a lot of decals to do up here. I got, like I said, a lot of little ones, and then 69 here, the metals. That's a wee one, and it goes right there. Oh, I can do that. So let me get, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the awards, the citations, her name, the Iwo Jima name, making sure because it's a white bang background, and the colors and the 7 and the other awards. So let me get things moved around a bit, and I'll come back and I'll share that with you guys. Alright, I had to put my magnifiers on. So this right here, what I said, but it says beware of jet blast and rotors, the Jack Lewis airfield. So alright, so that's where I'm going to go. But let me get some things moved around and we'll get going. Alright, so going to get started. And I'm going to do the citations first and the awards. Got my there. Got toothpicks to help move. Got my tweezers and my water. So on these very smaller ones like this one and this one, I keep my tweezers on them, because basically all you got to do is first pick it up, but then I just kind of go in here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll drop it so it drains there. Then I will do that again when I get ready to do this one. And I'm not gonna go and just keep putting them in, you know, trying to get as many done as I can. What I mean is, when I got big ones, I can usually do 2 or 3. And then again, like I said, I'm going to, I know it's off camera, I'm sorry guys. I want to see if I'm waiting for it to come off the paper, the backing paper, and that sometimes can take a little bit. But with the smaller ones, if you leave it in the water until you think it's good enough, especially with hobbyboss, you're going to find out that they just come out in the water. So you got to be very careful with that. Okay, how are we doing here? Almost. Getting there, almost. Probably better if you guys could see me doing it, huh? So, sorry about that. Give me a second. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part. Move those out of the way so I don't lose those or get those wet. And I'm going to put a little bit of water on it. So, not that much water. So it has something to at least start to grab onto. And slowly start moving it into place. Come on now. That's sometimes the fun with these little guys like this, is just trying to get them in place. And not playing with them too much. So that, I'm happy with that. So that's where I'm going to let that be. And I'm just double checking. Oh, darn it, it turned upside down. Okay, so let's turn it. I'm going to add a bit more water so I can start to turn it the right way. There we go. Okay. And as you can see, sometimes that little bit of extra water, it helps, but it also can become a very pain in the butt. So now I'm just getting it where I want. Okay, there's that one. And now I will very carefully just dab it with my Q-tip to help push that air and water out. Don't go crazy on that, because it can be whoo-hoo. I've had them, I do that and they pick up on the Q-tip or they tear, and yeah, we all know how that goes, right? Alright, so let's do this one. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. And let's see if I can get this up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I zoomed the camera in so you guys could actually see what I was doing, and it left some parts off. So as you can see, I just got it right there. And when it gets ready to, when it's ready to move, I'll put this down and come back and put this more forward. But that looks pretty cool, huh? Again, just kind of be patient. Sometimes it can take a while. Sometimes it can take a couple of seconds, and sometimes you can just think, what the heck, you got to put it back in the water and bring it back out. So, okay, you seeing that, guys? Now, a lot of times, if I can, I will just try to get the decal with my tweezers on some of these, and then sometimes it just doesn't want to work. So let's do this. Okay, there we go. Now get you back down. Sorry, excuse me. And you go above. Okay, well, I kind of put that in the wrong spot, didn't I? It's alright, we can get there. And sometimes this is when I can get my tweezers in here and just very gently start moving it up, but I'm going to have to add a bit more water, as you can see right there. Okay, let's go now. And sometimes it does that, just like that. So that was too much water. So let's try this again. And there we go. Okay, now I got to just get it straightened down. Oops, too much. Now I'm going to rub it again. I'm going to rub like that with my Q-tip, just so I can see and make sure. And sometimes when you do that, these things like to really come down. Okay, now it's just trying to get it straight again. Just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I like that. Let me get a little closer to me so I can see. Yep, okay. Now that's good. Now again, I'll just lightly press. And I haven't used any Solvaset yet because I want to try to do it all at once with these little decals. Now this one, and I'm working, and I'll show you here real quick while I let this one get soaking. What I'm doing is working down for each decal, so I'm not trying to get over a decal or, you know, do that. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can because I don't want to break it. I don't want to tear it. I have that habit sometimes of when I go to put these guys in or on, I can break it or tear it, and you've seen that. So you come over. There we go. Okay. Now again, I'll just do the Q-tip, help push the air out and the excess water, and hey, look at that, there we go. Alright. Alright, so the next one I'm going to do is the one below. And going for the drying. Now take it out and let's see what we got going on. Alright, let's see how it's doing here. And almost. We're getting there. Getting close. Almost there. Okay. I'm going to try it this way. Sorry, got to add the water. And okay. Not the way I wanted it to go, but heck, it works, so. Alright, come on now. Just a little bit of a science sometimes with this, huh? Alright. There we go. Let's pull you down. I'm taking a look. And I need to go up just a bit more. Pull you down. Alright, there we go. Looks pretty good to me. So I'll just roll that and there. So let's get to the last one. At least the last of the big ones. Bigger ones. Ah, there we go. Finally. Got it the way I wanted it to come down. Okay. Just making sure everything's lined up. And where it needs to be. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's give you a what? Do that. Okay, now this is where I'm going to use the solve set. And remember, try to wipe the brush down just a bit before you put it in there, so it doesn't go overly crazy. And now just let it sit and dry. So yay! Alright guys, I'll be back. Alright, so this is where I'm going to end episode 3. Just put her on the... There's nothing go down, you know that guys, but I just wanted to share. Let's see if I can get here. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see everything that I did there. And this, I love this. This is awesome. And let me do this. Got starboard side done, port side done, so yay. So now I wait for them to dry and I give it another clear coat and then I'll start weathering. Same with the flight deck. So with that guys, have a great week. Have a safe and fun week, and I'll see you guys back here on the bench.